week 18 of daily living. So this week, we are going to continue with reviewing and going over skills that you have already shown me that you know. And the reason we're doing that is because I can't think of a more important thing that we need to practice for the second half of the school year than time management. So last week you got a little bit of practice with cleaning skills. So hopefully you were able to show somebody at home that you can do more than just learn and use your brain for schoolwork. You can also do it to help out around the house. And I do hope you took that seriously because cleaning is a very important skill. It's a very important skill as far as your health and your safety and overall hygiene goes. Generally, if you live in a dirty place, then you're unfortunately probably going to look somewhat dirty. You may even go as far as to not be very healthy, get sick somewhat regularly because of the amount of germs. Now, with that, in order to have a healthy and a clean environment, doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be spotless. You may have things laying around. It may not look the nicest, but as long as the surfaces are clean and you have used some of the cleaners and skills and different techniques that you learned in last week's video, then you know you're doing a good job of using proper hygiene. So getting back to time management kind of ties into cleaning and jobs. And that when we talked about time management the first time around, we talked about making sure that we do the things we have to do before we do the things that we want to do. And jobs were one of those things we talked about. Something else we're going to focus on this week, though, as far as time management and doing what you have to do before you do what you want to do, is focusing on your schoolwork. Now, I know a lot of us don't necessarily have homework every night. And so a lot of times, and remember, I have a teenager at home, so I know how this works. Um, she comes home from school and we say, "Do you have homework?" "Nope, I don't have anything tonight." And we don't see a book. We don't see anything with her getting her computer out and looking into her school's learning platform. We don't see any of that. However, I will say that my daughter is very good at managing her time during the school day, and there are ways for me as a parent to check on that to make sure it's getting done. However, it's still a good skill to always think about your schoolwork. So, what we want to focus on this week for time management is devoting a little bit of time every night to just looking things over. So what does that necessarily mean? Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do a worksheet or that you have to get on and complete an assignment on Teams. What it does mean, though, is getting on Teams, checking to see if all of your assignments have been turned in. Maybe just kind of looking over and reviewing things. You know, you have a test coming up in a couple of weeks. Maybe you should start looking over things now. Starting early will be a very good way of helping yourself to um, be prepared, as well as to make sure you can get the help you need if you don't understand something. Overall, what it's going to do is it's going to give you a better grade, and it's going to give you some satisfaction with your own self, knowing that you did everything you could to do your best. So, what we'll be doing throughout the week is we will, for today's Nearpod, we'll just do a review overall of time management, maybe focusing a little bit on that day planner, making sure we're writing things down. And then throughout the rest of the week, your job will be to just keep a log. And every day on Nearpod, I will have a log for you, and you're going to write um, how much time for what subject and what exactly you did, whether that is getting into Teams and checking your assignments, looking over notes, rereading something, watching videos, whatever you need to do to make sure that you are prepared for the next day. Again, it doesn't have to be assignment that needs turned in. Just simply looking over things so that you can go to bed knowing that when you wake up, you have a plan and you know what needs to be done. So again, please make sure every night, every day we're filling out that log. As the week goes on, I will be setting up chats, or if we're in school, I'll be hanging out with you and getting a chance to talk to you face to face. So we can talk more about how you're managing your time, making sure that you're going to be better prepared to finish out the rest of the year strong.